The varieties of Satanism, beliefs, differences, and misconceptions. The word Satanism often provokes fear, confusion, and strong emotional reactions. For many people, it immediately brings to mind images of evil rituals, criminal behavior, or supernatural worship. In reality, Satanism is not a single belief system, and many forms of Satanism do not believe in Satan as a literal being at all. Today I'll explain the main varieties of Satanism, how they differ from one another, and why public understanding of them is often inaccurate. The origins of the term Satan. Before discussing Satanism, it is important to understand the word Satan itself. In Hebrew, Satan means adversary or accuser, not a proper name. Over time, especially within Christianity and Islam, Satan became understood as a personal, supernatural being opposed to God. However, not all traditions interpret Satan this way. Modern Satanism draws from symbolism, philosophy, rebellion, psychology, and countercultural identity, not just theology. LaVeyan atheistic Satanism. The most well-known form of Satanism is LaVeyan Satanism, founded in 1966 by Anton LaVey, who established the Church of Satan. Core beliefs: Satan is symbolic, not literal. Represents individualism, rebellion, pride, and personal freedom. Rejects belief in God, the devil, heaven, and hell. Emphasizes self-interest, responsibility, and skepticism. LaVeyan Satanists are atheists. They do not worship Satan, sacrifice animals, or believe in supernatural evil. Rituals and practice are viewed as psychological tools, not magical acts. Philosophy: humans are their own highest authority. Morality is subjective and pragmatic. Compassion is selective, not universal. Personal success and self-expression are central. This form of Satanism is closer to philosophical individualism than religion in the traditional sense. The Satanic Temple, non-theistic Satanism. Another prominent modern group is the Satanic Temple, founded in 2013. Despite the name, it is legally recognized as a religion in the United States. Core belief: Satan is a literary and symbolic figure, focused on secularism, personal autonomy, and social justice. Strong advocacy for separation of church and state, emphasizes compassion, reason, and bodily autonomy. The Satanic Temple does not believe in a literal Satan, supernatural forces, evil rituals. Instead, Satan is used as a symbol of resistance to authoritarianism and religious coercion. This group is often misunderstood because it uses provocative imagery intentionally to challenge religious privilege in public spaces. Theistic Satanism. Unlike atheistic forms, theistic Satanism involves belief in a literal Satan or Satan-like deity. Core belief: Satan is a real spiritual being, often viewed as a liberator, teacher, or force of balance. Beliefs vary widely between individuals and groups. There is no single authority or unified doctrine in theistic Satanism. Some adherents see Satan as a misunderstood angel, a symbol of enlightenment, a force opposing tyranny. This form is far rarer than atheistic Satanism and often confused with fictional or sensational portrayals. Luciferianism. Luciferianism is sometimes grouped with Satanism but is distinct. Core beliefs: focuses on Lucifer as a symbol of light, knowledge, and self-actualization. Emphasizes enlightenment, wisdom, and personal growth. May be theistic or non-theistic. Luciferians often reject the idea of Satan as evil. Instead, they interpret Lucifer as a bringer of knowledge, a challenger of blind obedience. Luciferianism is more philosophical and mystical than confrontational. Occult or esoteric Satanism. Some forms of Satanism incorporate ritual and magic, esoteric symbolism, occult traditions. These groups are usually small, decentralized, and often private. Beliefs range from symbolic to spiritual, and many draw from older occult traditions rather than mainstream Satanism. Popular culture tends to exaggerate this category, making it appear far more widespread than it actually is. Misconceptions about Satanism. There are several persistent myths about Satanism. Myth 1. Satanists worship evil. Most Satanists do not believe in evil as a supernatural force. Myth 2. Satanism promotes crime or violence. Vast majority of satanic groups explicitly reject criminal behavior. Myth 3. Satanism is anti-human. Most forms emphasize human autonomy, responsibility, and dignity. Historical moral panics, especially in the 1980s and 1990s, greatly exaggerated satanic influence, often without evidence. Why Satanism exists at all. Satanism often arises as a reaction against religious authority, against moral absolutism, against institutional power. For some, it serves as a critique of hypocrisy. For others, it is a philosophical identity emphasizing independence. Understanding Satanism does not require agreement with it, only accuracy. Comparison with traditional religions. Unlike Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, most Satanism lacks belief in a creator God. There is no universal scripture. Authority is individual, not divine. Satanism often defines itself in contrast to dominant religious systems, especially Christianity. Conclusion. Satanism is not one thing, but many different belief systems sharing a provocative symbol. The majority of modern Satanists do not worship Satan, do not believe in the supernatural, use symbolism to express autonomy, skepticism, or resistance. Understanding the varieties of Satanism helps separate myth from reality, reduces fear-based thinking, and encourages informed discussion rather than assumption. Disagreement is reasonable. Misrepresentation is not.